Well, in breaking news now, as we understand, the repatriation of the French minister from South Africa, Nathi Mthethwa, is said to take place on Thursday. And Justice and Constitutional Development Minister Mmamoloko Kubayi has also called on an urgent meeting with senior officials from DIRCO and SAPS following delays in the departure of a 5-member police team that was assigned to initially investigate the death of Ambassador Nathi Mthethwa in Paris. Now, the team is expected to leave for France on Saturday, was still in South Africa by Monday afternoon. At this stage, we are awaiting the official confirmation from our French correspondents there that have, of course, received or shared the news with us that the documents have, in fact, been received for Nathi Mthethwa for his body to be repatriated or released. And he is expected on the Air France flight on Thursday to land in South Africa on Friday. And of course, you know, there's quite a lot of speculation that has been happening pertaining to the details leading to his death. We're getting unverified information as to what exactly caused the former ambassador to actually jump out of the 22-story building. But reports, we understand, are to be finalized as, of course, the body is to be repatriated back to South Africa. But we are also getting word that the autopsy will then also be released, as the family had also given us confirmation that at the weekend they had received the death certificate. So we now await to see and also hear on the news of that 5-team delegation investigative team that was sent to France to actually assist the French authorities to investigate and also bring us back information in relation to some of those unanswered questions in relation to how exactly Mr. Nathi Mthethwa actually met his demise. Well, we are going to be bringing you a lot more analysis on the story, as of course it is a moving story, and we are, of course, it is a developing story, and we're getting the latest reports there that the family should also be able to receive the remains on Friday. We understand that Air Flight France will be landing in South Africa. It will be departing from France on Thursday to land here on Friday. And of course, the family has indicated, in fact, DIRCO, if I'm correct, they're also stipulating that this could mean that if his body does in fact arrive within this week, we could potentially see a funeral for our late police minister, former police minister Nathi Mthethwa, actually being buried this coming Sunday. But there has still not been any confirmation at this stage pertaining to such. All right, let's get the latest now with SABC News correspondent William Denselow, who's joining us live from Paris. So, William, pieces are moving at an exceptionally quick pace. What is the latest now? We hear that that repatriation could take place as early as Thursday, the body arriving here in South Africa on Friday. Give us the latest.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, and it's good to join you. I'm speaking to you from the Ambassador's residence, and I'm delighted to be joined by Dr. Buthelezi, the family spokesman, of course, the brother-in-law for the late ambassador, who has some updates on this investigation and on the repatriation effort. So, Dr. Buthelezi, first of all, thank you so much for your time, once again expressing our deepest condolences from us, from everyone back home in South Africa. First of all, there's been a long wait. You were hoping to get some information when it came to the repatriation, hoping today. It seems there's been a bit of information. Can you provide a little insight into what exactly you've learned?
Thank you very much. Good evening to you. Good evening to the viewers, South Africans, and the citizens of the world who are following this tragedy of our brother Nathi Mthethwa, the ambassador of South Africa to France. Last week, when we were giving an update on what is happening with the process of trying to get back Ambassador Mthethwa, we said that Ambassador Mthethwa was still in government morgue, and the authorities were still busy with with autopsy. So I'm happy to say that that process is done from the government side, and then as a result of that, we've been given a permit to have the body of Ambassador Mthethwa, given to the family, which is a very important thing because all along he has been with the state, and the state still doing what it was supposed to do, which the government must do. So that process now, it's done. So there is a permit that you get given to have the body. That permission has been given. But even also more important, another permit which has been given, it's a permission to repatriate the body, take the body back home. We are very happy that we are getting closer to taking our brother back home.
And Dr. Buthelezi, as you were telling me, we understand because of flights, there isn't an availability on Air France for Wednesday. It will likely be Thursday. He'll return home on Friday and then hopes for funeral proceedings on Sunday. Just talk me through that timeline as you understand it.
Yeah, it's a pity our national airline, South African Airways, doesn't fly to Europe. And I think the good professor at SAA was going to attend to that because the flights between here and South Africa are always full, which creates a big problem. But having said that, as a result, we are looking at using Air France, and the first available space is only on Thursday. So we are trying to get that space, and obviously it becomes also a function of what happens at the Department of International Relations and the embassy in trying to facilitate that process. But we are very hopeful that we are going to be able to move back home, to go back home on by Thursday evening, and arriving in South Africa on Friday.
And Dr. Buthelezi, you've just returned back from the mortuary. Tell me a little bit about what it meant to be able to see your brother-in-law, to be able to provide a little bit of closure to you and your family. What are your... Can you provide some feelings on how that visit was and what it meant to be able to say some goodbyes?
Yeah, there were two of us. There's a young man who's here, Mr. Mmamoloko, who accompanied me to that to the morgue, and obviously we had to visit Nyambose because he had not been seen since Monday, and we went there to visit him on behalf of Abo Nyambose, on behalf of the people of Kwambonambi. That's the village where he comes from. The people of Clarwater, that's another place where he grew up. But on behalf of the South Africans and on behalf of the citizens of the world, remember, Nyambose was not just, he's an ambassador here, he's an international citizen. So on behalf of us all, we had there and we spoke with him and told him that we are here on behalf of all these people. And then obviously, as Christians, say a short prayer and asking the Almighty to accept his spirit and asking our forefathers to also be with Nyambose. Yeah.
And how important is it to have had these repatriation papers, to have some progress, to have a sense of timeline now after a little bit of limbo over the past few days?
Yeah, if you go home, Kwambonambi, right now, there are people who are eagerly waiting for their son to come back. So that process is coming closer.
And obviously the investigation is still ongoing. The French investigators have been working for nearly a week now. We know that the South African investigators will be travelling to work in alongside the French authorities. What are you learning, especially when it comes to details involving the cell phone, other information that you can provide an update with when it comes to this ongoing investigation?
Yeah. The position that we are taking is that one, I shared with you that I was phoned by General Masimula about the South African police coming from home to come and work with the French police. And it's something that we really welcome. The more the merrier, and perhaps it can also help all of us who are looking at this mystery to say exactly what happened and let it be demystified, and let's get to know the truth. And the sooner we get to that point, the better for all of us. But the better for Pilisiwe, the wife who stays with him here, who stayed with him here. I'm even talking about past tense. Stayed with him here 24/7. His children, they also want to know what happened to their father. The parents, all of us, we are really waiting for the investigators. So anything and everything which can assist to do that is something that is really welcomed to us.
And of course, there's been so much conjecture, speculation. What is the sense that you, as a family, have from investigators, from the source directly, as to what might have transpired a week ago?
You remember I dealt with this, that the last time we had police here is when they're bringing Nyambose's things, which included 2 cell phones, right? So that's the last time we spoke about that exactly at that time, what they said to us, and basically saying that's what we found, and also saying they've done some checking of the cameras as before and after Nyambose had come to the hotel, and from the cameras before and after they don't see anybody else who went into Nyambose's room. So that's why we haven't heard anything from them. But let me come to the question of the cell phones. And I saw there was also one journalist who has interviewed me many times, not coming from SABC, but it's one area that he was interested in. But he has just told me that he spoke to the police about the cell phones, because it looks like there was some mystery about the cell phones. We didn't understand exactly where it came from. But he has come back and said, look, I spoke to the police, and the police have confirmed with him that everything that they gave us are the things that were found in the room, including the 2 cell phones. So that's what it is.
And Dr. Buthelezi, you've just come from the morgue. I appreciate this is an incredibly difficult time. We are very appreciative that you take a few minutes to speak to SABC. So I'll throw back to the anchors now, but thank you so much for giving us an update this evening on this information. And as I'm sure you've seen so much, there are huge amounts of outpouring of sympathy, and let me just again express my deepest condolences to you and your family.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and wrapping back to you guys.
So much to SABC News correspondent there, William Denselow, joining us live from Paris alongside the Mthethwa family spokesperson, Dr. Buthelezi, there, where he's just confirmed some of those details, where he says he has gone, in fact, to go and view the remains of the late Nathi Mthethwa and pay the final rites and respects in the African way. He also confirmed that he was informed by General Fanima Simula on the SAPS investigative team that was dispatched to go and assist the French authorities with this investigation. But we are getting word that later on this afternoon, this 5-team investigative member team had in fact not left Johannesburg. So it remains to be seen as to what exactly led to them not being able to fly there. We also understand that Justice and Constitutional Development Minister Mmamoloko Kubayi has since called a very urgent meeting with senior officials from DIRCO and SAPS following the delays in the departure of the 5-member team. Dr. Buthelezi also said there that they haven't heard anything from the French authorities besides what has been provided in the public domain, and he did confirm that, of course, what the French authorities gave to the family was in fact everything that was found with them, including 2 cell phones that were handed back to the family that were found in the room that Mr. Nathi Mthethwa was presiding in.